If nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, so be patient with your process. Also, you already know, my voice too raspy to be whispering. So this about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume, all right? So but before we get started, I want to thank you so much in advance for all the love, like, share, subscribes, all the gifts that you're sending into, because I don't always get to pause in the middle of what I'm doing to acknowledge you. But I promise you, after this live, I'm going to post it on YouTube as I typically do, and I'm going to make sure that I mention you and show the names of the individuals that do. So I appreciate you, all right? So, chosen ones, the message for today is pertaining to your life. It is not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. Now, what do I mean? I want you to realize that, again, not everybody's going to see your views. Not everybody's going to understand your perspective. Not everybody's going to see your vision because they're not equipped with your same vision. You understand me? So I want you to think about this. You know how you could have somebody who has prescription glasses in a sense, right? You know how you could put their glasses on. Now, some of them you like, hey, yo, this vision is too bad. You understand me? To the point, like, if you put it on, you're going to bump into certain things, like your hair's going to start to hurt, right? Okay, cool. Now, there's somewhere the vision is not that different from you, but it's not the same. You understand me? So they may have similarities, but they not the same. Now, what do I mean? So you put on their glasses and you may not even notice a difference. See, those glasses is to help their vision. So therefore, if you're not noticing a difference between those and what you typically see, you don't even know where that person's eyes is at. You understand me? So what do I mean? Not your 2020 vision may not be the same as their 2020 vision. Shit, even smokers know that certain 20s hit different. You understand me? So, chosen ones, you can't live your life based upon other people's perspective, other people's expectations over you, because, again, what they would do may not apply to you. You understand me? So, we're going to get into it. I want you to realize that, again, some people, again, once they put your glasses on, certain things will be different in a sense, right? So, I want you to think about people who are seeing color for the first time. They whole life, they thought that was normal because they so used to seeing black and white. So therefore, again, they either seeing color for the first time based upon those glasses that they put on, or people could be experiencing seeing color for the first time based upon people saying certain racist comments to them. See, it's all about perspective. You understand me? See, one of them may seem positive than the other, but both opportunities, you're going to see certain things clearly. Not everybody's equipped to, again, see like you chosen ones. So you taking certain people's advice, what they would do may not apply to you when we going to describe it, right? So, for instance, you may be sitting there talking about how you and this person that you with, that this is your divine partner, this is your twin flame, this is your soulmate, kingdom spouse, so on and so forth, right? See, you and this partner may have had moments where y'all was on and off. See, you may sit there and be willing to still fight for the person that you was connected to. And that person may hear your advice telling them that they should do the same, but they not seeing a similar view. See, you and your divine partner could be having on and off seasons because God separates you so you can work on yourselves individually before they had to have that reunion, right? There's other individuals that they have in relationships where it's on and off because they were the karmic. 1 minute this person's cheating, the next minute this person's creeping, the next minute this person has certain issues. You understand me? So you telling them to stick by that person's side based upon what you would do when that's not the same individual like you. You understand me? So I want you to realize that not everybody has the same point of view. What may work for them may not work for you. So you had to, again, live in your truth. You had to allow God to guide you. Now let's talk. There's some of you, for instance, you could be in a certain relationship dynamic where you fighting for it. you really working towards it. You want to have a 2-parent home in a sense. You sat there and may have had a cycle where one person was raising you and that person was struggling while the other person was absent. So now you talking about how you want to fight for your family because that's something that you didn't have. Okay, I understand that. See, if they are reciprocating that energy, then you stick by that. However, if you fighting for your family and your family is steady fighting you, when you again are trying to accommodate what they feeling or what they thinking, but they not doing the same for you, that's not the person that you're supposed to be with. You understand me? God's going to reveal certain things to you about that individual. If that veil gets lifted and you start to see their truth, that's not the person for you, chosen ones. You understand me? So you saying that you fighting for your family could be different from how somebody else is fighting for it. The other person could be fighting certain karmics that's trying to come back. Certain people that's trying to cause certain slowdowns in their path. Certain people that's disrespecting them. Certain tests that they have based upon who they have to disconnect from in order to connect with you on your path. You understand me? So certain individuals are fighting different things. Some people are fighting you understand, fighting against karmic energy in order to stay in a divine energy. Or some people are fighting the divine in order to stay behind with those karmics in a sense. So you have to know exactly what path the journey that you on and how it applies pertaining to you. Because you listening to your mother talking about how you don't divorce anybody. Well, you don't have the same partner that she was connected to. Or you talking to somebody, them telling you that love's not real, but they don't even know what love is because they ain't run into it yet. You understand me? So you have to make sure that you're not allowing other people to dilute or pollute your point of view. You have a different specific vision. So you have to allow God to guide you. God is that eye doctor in a sense. So when you unsure about certain visions, he going to allow you to see clearly. At times it may be a little blur, but I promise you in the end, you're going to see better than you did when you first initially stepped in. Now, what do I mean? See, you know how when you go to the eye doctor and they give you those little eye drops, they got dilate your eye, whatever the case may be, so they can see exactly what you see. See, chosen ones, I want you to realize there may be point in times in your life where you may not see certain things clearly, but you allowing God to guide you. God's telling you that you're going to be successful. You may not see how it's going to happen. You may be right now having 1 or 2 customers even acknowledge your business. You may not see how it's going to happen, but how can you? You in the chair in a sense. So God's still working on you. He's still trying to see where your vision is lacking and where your strengths is at in a sense. So chosen ones, you got to be patient with it, right? You're not going to rush the eye doctor, tell them how to do their job. You're going to ask questions to see what's going on, but you're going to go along with it. As long as you understand ain't nothing crazy and you know what it is pertaining to it, right? So I want you to realize, chosen one, certain things you're going to see differently. But at times it may be a blur, but you have to go based upon your intuition. Because not everybody is who they say they are, who they appear to be. They try to mess with your vision. You got to see certain things clearly. You understand me? Now, let's talk again. There's other areas, right? Now let's talk. It's based upon the perspective. Yesterday, if you haven't seen that live, it's on my YouTube right now. You heard me. But if you're watching from YouTube, hey, babies. So, look. Yesterday, somebody asked me what's my opinion pertaining to abortions. And that's a tricky subject, but we got into it, right? So we're going to have a little recap. See, I want you to think about the reason why you would want to do that. You understand me? So one, say your reasons is because you're with an abusive individual. You feel like that person. Matter of fact, let's backtrack. We're going to start from scratch. Say you are pregnant or you conceived based upon being violated in a sense. Whether or not that was somebody you know, somebody you didn't know, whether or not you was younger, whatever the case may be, somebody violated you. You didn't agree to do certain sexual things. They violated. You understand me? So if you didn't agree to conceive that child and they had to violate you in order to bring that in, that means, are you telling me that you feel that God is going to punish you for deciding not to bring through a child that was planted based upon a demonic individual that you didn't agree to? If you was violated, of course, God's like, that wasn't even supposed to happen. That person had to violate you in order to plant that seed in a sense. So that's a different scenario. If that happened, no, you are not to move forward. God is not going to curse you forever. Yes, you're going to be sad for a little bit. You're going to be upset a little bit, but just know that your child is going to get returned to you through a different and better person. You understand me? However, let's talk. If you involved with an abusive individual. Now, although we're going to have to take accountability for certain decisions that you make because you've seen certain things about them too. You understand me? Whether or not you may not have acknowledged that it was negative at that point in time. So this person could have always wanted to FaceTime you. You feeling like, oh, well, that person really loves you. They want to see you. What if they was only FaceTiming you so much because they was obsessive over you? They wanted to see who you had around you. They was territorial, but in a controlling type of way. So you was looking at it as positive, but God was showing you certain signs, but you wasn't acknowledging it that way. You understand me? Or that person being very controlling over you, bossy over you, and you feel like because somebody talks to you crazy, that shows that they like you. You sat there and still didn't outgrow certain childish behaviors of thinking, where you feel like somebody got to be mean to you, and that means that they love you, based upon the circumstances that you have been in. Your mother disrespecting you, but praises you when you do something for them. Your father disrespecting you, but praises you when you do something for them. Certain people not wanting to be around you unless you providing something to them. You understand me? So some of you have not experienced love, so therefore you may have been looking for somebody to protect you because people then sat there, either neglected you, hurt you, abused you, but you end up going to somebody that you thought was going to protect you, but you end up needing protection from this individual. So you may have seen signs and synchronicities that you were looking over. You were so focused on looking at your past and what that last person did that you ain't know that you was running into the same shit. You ain't pay attention to it, right? So yes, you may have looked past certain signs and synchronicity. We're going to have to take accountability for it. However, if that person, some people keep on a facade. They can act like everything's cool until they break character that one time. And then you see the truth about them. So we're not going to say why you in an abusive relationship. This is a fact that you was in and you need to get your ass up out of it. You understand me? So say you were pregnant by somebody that was abusive. Now, again, that's a scenario where if you felt like this person, no matter what you do, you didn't press charges on this individual for stalking you, abusing you, and they keep coming after you, or you tried your best to escape, but this person had a hold of you. You understand me? Physically abusing you, had certain things over your head that they was using again. Whatever the case may be, it was abuse, right? So if you feel like you would never be able to escape this person, that you would still have to be connected to this demon, that no matter what you do, they would still try to hurt you or harm you, and if they had a connection to you, that would give them more reasons to do what they're doing towards you, may need to. And if you feel so that you in an abusive relationship and that you was tricked, so you understand, I don't even want to say tricked, that's another subject we about to get on too. But if you are in abusive relationships, okay, that may cause for you to do so. But you can't sit there and terminate the baby but keep the burden. Now, what do I mean? Because you can't sit there and say that you didn't bring forth that child because that person was abusive to you, but you didn't sat there and terminated the pregnancy, but to continue to sleep and be laid up in the face of this messed up ass individual. Oh no, you don't get to get rid of the baby, but keep the burden. You think that you're going to say, oh, nah, I don't want to bring a baby in because we have a toxic dynamic, then you need to get your ass up out of it. You're not going to sit there and terminate the pregnancy, then put yourself in a position to get pregnant again, and then you're going to make that same decision. Oh, nah, you not. So if you didn't get rid of the burden, then your ass go forth and you're going to continue to carry that baby. But you're not going to get rid of that baby and still be laid up where you can make another one and do the same stuff. We're not doing it. You hear me? So I want you to look at your situation, chosen one. Some people, God is telling you and was showing you signs that this person is not for you. They evil. You understand me? They negative. If God has been co-signing that this isn't the person that you were supposed to be with, then you need to disconnect yourself from that demon. And sometimes that requires you to terminate the pregnancy, but giving faith that God's going to bring that baby back through a different individual. Now, there's another thing. If you talking about you don't want to bring babies in based upon your finances, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear that. You talking about you ain't have no bread, but you ain't have no bread when you was out there passing that pipe out or you was spreading your legs. You knew your money wasn't right when you was doing what you did. So you talking about you ain't got enough money now for this baby, then guess what? Yes, things is going to be more difficult for you, but your ass can get through and do what you need to do. You understand me? So you're not going to sit there and use money as an excuse on why you're not stepping up and playing a position. Because you bonding with your child, that's just as important as those finances are. You understand me? So you talking about you ain't got money, you better get money. You talking about you ain't got no job. Well, I could speak for other mothers too. When you pregnant and you dedicated to your child, you gonna do what you gotta do. You gonna make certain moves. Shit. Some of us work throughout our pregnancy. You understand me? Just because we knew what needed to get got, and we wasn't depending on somebody to buy those things, nor was we going to make ourselves limited or victims. Soon as we got over that morning sickness shit, some of us worked with it. You understand me? So just based upon the fact that you got to step up and play a different position for that person that you chose to bring in, you going to have to make certain big boy or big girl decisions then. Yes, things is going to be hard, but you can get through it. It can be done. You're not going to tell me how you can't do it when there's people that was in a similar position as you and are now winning. They done already won. People who then lived out of town away from certain family that was going to help them. They checked their resources. They made a way. Some of them had to be work at home. You understand? And still raise their kids. Some people had to get up early as a motherfucker in order to make sure that they right and get themselves right as well. So you're not going to tell me what you can't do when there's been millions of people that was put in the same position as you that was able to be successful. Everybody's circumstances are different, but shit, y'all got the same starting ground. If I sit there and say the narrative that I feel like of the story, you're going to have similarities to them then. So I'm not trying to hear that. You knew that you ain't have no bread when you was doing what you did, so therefore get to it. You understand me? We not trying to hear that. And that goes pertaining to the masculine and the feminine too. Because you masculines talking about how they should get ready to baby because you not ready or you not financially good. I'm not trying to hear that shit. You better have 1, 2 jobs, do what you got to do before that baby's birth. You better figure it out. You got enough money to get some bud or some drinks. You better sit there and get a lawnmower, then go cut some lawns or do what you got to do to have that money rolling in. But we not trying to hear that shit. You talk about they should get rid of the baby based upon your decisions. No, you was excited, right? You had it when you was in it, right? Okay, cool. So therefore, do what you gotta do to make sure that your baby's good. You talking about, oh, you don't like the person that you laid down with? Well, you should have got to know him then. You shouldn't have settled. You shouldn't have let your pipe or your pocket speak on behalf of you then. You understand me? You thought you liked them enough to do what you did, whether or not that was a minute, 30 seconds, 10, whatever the case that may be. You liked them enough for that. So you're not going to sit there and say that you don't want to bring that baby in because you don't like them. Well, that's your consequences that you got to deal with. You got to deal with it. That's it. Your decisions. You made it. You said you wanted to lay up. Oh, well, you liked them enough to get your rocks off, right? Huh? Now you mad because she keeps playing Missy Elliott 1 minute, man, on your ass. I'm not trying to hear it. What you mad for? You knew who she was. You talking about, oh, she ratchet, she this. Well, shit, you liked it. You liked something about it, so I'm not trying to hear that. What you mean? This was a learning experience for you not to be settling for certain things just based upon the way that your shit be swing. Nope. That's the consequence. You can't stand him now. Okay. You calling him little ugly motherfuckers. Well, he's the ugly motherfucker who you didn't help parent your child. So what you mean? You knew he looked a little like Beetlejuice when you met the motherfucker. You liked him, huh? That was a juice she was willing to sip. What you mean? You didn't click your heels together to see that, yes. I ain't trying to hear it. So, huh? What you mean? Oh. You talking about he's ugly. You knew what? Now you talking about not Miss Margaret. Now you calling Miss Margaret all these bald-headed names. You knew her ass looked like Little Bill when you met him. So what you talking about? Now she getting called in. You talking about you gonna go and slap the back of her head. What she got to do with it? Huh? She wasn't in the room with you. You did what you did. Shit, some of the people will tell you that the people ain't shit. And you still was doing so. No. Don't be talking about how you going when you see Miss Margaret, huh? No. It was your ass. You knew what you was doing. You calling her ugly. Oh, well, he was a real monster and you went to him. So what's that say about you? Huh? You damn near, what? I'm not playing with you. Don't talk that shit. You just appreciate that your child got the positive, you understand, features of that motherfucker. You just, if there's one positive thing you can say about them, thank God that God gave them that. It could be the way they smile. Oh, shit. Woo. Thank God. They got that part of them. That thank goodness. It could be, okay. You understand certain things. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Be real with yourself. Don't try to be phony. Cut that shit out. We're not trying to hear that. Some of you going to have to. What you mean? Now, we're going to talk pertaining to family, too. There's some of you that's fighting for family members. But they steady talking crazy about you. If they are your family of blood and they try and ruin your reputation, then they not your squad. They not your people. You understand me? So I want you to think how that nosy ass aunt, she keep calling everybody, telling them everything. How she got so much to say. She talk, so-and-so's locked up. Bitch, all 5 of your squad is booked. While you busy talking shit on the phone. If 5 out of 6 of your children are clinked right now, then you need to leave so-and-so and what the fuck they got going on alone. Now, chosen ones. There's certain people that you were connected to. These are family members. These are, family members that you feel like because they have a certain title with you that you have to deal with everything that comes with them. This is family members that so-and-so steady gossiping about you. Again, they got 5 out of 6 of their kids is booked while they busy running their mouths about you. They out here steady telling everybody what you not doing, but when you doing certain things successful, they don't speak on it. Or again, when you reach out to them, they act like they don't want to speak to you. But they're steady speaking about you. They're making assumptions about you. They're trying to spread lies in order to change how other people are perceiving you. So certain individuals that are trying to ruin your reputation in a sense. See, some of you had certain family members. This is cousins. This is sisters. This is brothers. So on and so forth that talk crazy about you. Certain people that had brought your name as presenting opportunities towards you, and they talked down about it. They told them that you wasn't a person for it. See, there's certain individuals that really wanted to move towards you, but they told them that they shouldn't. You understand me? So there's some of you that have cousins that you talking about, that's your best friend, that's your right hand, but you don't even realize in the background what they was doing to try to create a certain ending. You understand me? There's some of you that's not even realizing the same people that you calling is your right hand ain't right. They need to be left instead. That they are the people or the reasons why certain people are steady knowing your business, but they throw certain distraction of lies into it. Certain aunts that, again, steady running their mouth, talking about certain business moves that you should be making. Certain grandmothers too, grandfathers as well, that steady bringing up what you should be doing, but they don't have nothing to do with you living in hell. See, when you going through certain things with certain individuals and you try to let them know that it's not what that person is perceiving towards them, that they are not who they say that they are in a sense, they don't believe you. They believe that person because they always see how you reacting to certain shit. So I want you to realize at times your reactions does cause people not to believe you nor listen to you, because there was one point in time when you was big up in this individual acting like they was perfect for you, when you knew damn well behind closed doors what they was doing or saying towards you. You understand me? There's some of you was acting like that person was the picture perfect parent, when you knew damn well behind closed doors you was the one cooking, cleaning, taking them to the doctors, doing certain things for them. They barely even bothered. You understand me? But in the public eye, because they was posting pictures of doing what they do, you was acting like they was the best thing ever, when they really wasn't shit or playing no position that they should be doing. But you made them look good. That person that you try to act like, oh yeah, they a provider, they do so many great things. Whole time people didn't even realize what you had to put up with in order to receive certain basic needs. That there was times that you felt like you had to beg shit. Some of y'all had to ask them or seem like you was kissing their ass. You understand me? But people from the outside looking in talking about how they wish that they was in a position that somebody would provide everything for them. But they don't realize that this is not the person for you. So they providing everything for you, but they also disrespecting you and making you feel unimportant as well. You understand me? So what may work for them, the things that they willing to settle for, they don't really know what love is, so they don't care. And that's something that they not striving for. So they going to tell you to stick with it. Because love don't mean nothing to them. Happiness ain't nothing to them as long as they can buy certain things then. So if you was to listen to them, you would be entertaining this demon just because they could do something slick for you that you could do for you if you wasn't allowed this individual to do everything. You heard me? There's some of you talking about that person could provide certain stability for you, how they pay certain things, but they only being able to pay it because you ain't stepping up in your position in order to receive it. You making it like you only allowing them, again, you promoting them, you again encouraging them to pursue their dreams and admirations, ambitions. But when it comes to you, you staying complacent. You waiting for your turn that's never going to come. So when are you realizing that? Each time, again, you had an idea to help them or assist them. Every time you did or they felt like they was in a better position, they started to treat you different, huh? Then when they fell through again and they needed to come to you in order for you to see certain things through for them, now all of a sudden, they want to act cool. I'm trying to tell you, you better pay attention to these patterns that these people are presenting to you. See, not everybody is who they appear to be. And what works for that person may not work for you. So you're going to have to make sure that you are steady seeing certain things clearly, chosen ones. You understand me? Pay attention. Some people, again, are cool with being complacent. You feel like you breaking a cycle, but you could be creating one. So I want you to pay attention to certain things that you're doing, certain people that you entertaining, certain people that you listening to as well. Because, again, they giving you advice on how to chase your dreams, but they ain't never did shit. But they feel like they can tell it. You understand me? There's certain people telling you about so-and-so ain't shit, but you know damn well that the person that they with them pop them inside they damn head, disrespecting them, slept with other people, entertaining feminines and masculines. You understand me? So, you can't follow everybody's blueprint. Everybody's blueprint ain't for you. That parent can talk about how when you have children, you're supposed to marry that individual. Well, you didn't wait for your divine person. You settled for that karmic. So what works for them is going to work for you because you two didn't take the same beginning. They talking about how you married, they've been married 50 years, but how many of those years was happiness in it? They may have had like a business partnership in a sense. See, it may have worked for your grandmother and grandfather, but it may not work for you because your grandmother didn't pursue her dreams and admiration. She settled herself for that individual. She sat there and raised her family, but didn't raise her vibrations or the things that she was requesting. So yes, it may look like everything was good, but that's not what happened. She may have settled and it seemed like they were successful because they got a house to show for it. But she would have had 5 houses to show for that. She would have had a relationship. She would have had her children seeing certain happiness and love and abundance and prosperity and affection that would have carried over and rewarded to the next person that they was with, and that would have blessed them. Then that would have carried over to the children because the children would have seen it. Then the children repeated positive things. So you talking about you got one house out of the deal. You got one this out of the deal when you would have got multiple things had you sat there and dealt with the person that you was supposed to be with for real. So don't allow people to tell you what you didn't. You understand, limit you will make you feel like you got to settle for certain shit. Oh, nah, we not going to do that, chosen ones. You understand me? So I want you to be real. I want you to make sure that you living for you and not living for somebody else. I want to make sure that you not, again, helping everybody else while they hurting you. That you not wanting to see everybody else successful while they sitting there planning on when they going to be deserting you. We not doing that. You're not going to keep allowing other people to, you're not going to keep stepping aside to let people step on your back and build. You're not going to keep being the blueprint for these individuals who, again, keep trying to cause certain distractions, illusions, confusions, people who don't want to see you be the best that you can. Certain people that know that they are pausing your progression, that they limited with you. Certain people that know that they are karmic towards you, but they don't want to let you go because they know that you're going to grow with the next individual. See, they selfish. Not even realizing if they let go of you, they have an opportunity to find the person that they supposed to be with. They can finally live in their truth. Because one way, shape, or form, they was living a lie. That person could have been living to appease you, and they wasn't really being them. And then when they went back to who they truly were, you two may have had a falling out in a sense. Now they had to match you and do things that you wanted to do that they truly didn't like. And then all of a sudden, as that shit starts building up, they end up disconnecting from that. You understand me? And it's the same repeated pattern because that's the person that you're not supposed to be with. But you keep thinking that that's a challenge. Every time a challenge approaches, you sit there and are so quick to receive it. You think that because you keep going through trials and tribulations with that person, that that's your person. That's the sign that you're going the wrong way. Because you're not going to tell me that if you riding on a road and that water keeps starting to overflow, that you're going to say this is the path that you're supposed to go in, and you keep getting deeper and deeper into that shit. You're going to take the signs that it's starting to override that you need to go the other way, right? So some of you keep feeling like because you pride yourself for getting over certain things with this individual, they cheated on you, beat it on you, you got over it. They cheated on you, you beat it on them, y'all got over it. You keep repeating the same cycle, but because you feel like you can get through that shit, people in Katrina thought that that was just a regular ass storms until that shit hit, huh? So just because you're used to surviving certain shit that you go through, this time that person got a black eye, next week it's you. This time this person's cheating, the next time it's you. No. If you feel like you got to step out on somebody, that means that that person isn't equipped with everything that you are seeking. That means that you still looking for certain options because you looking for somebody else that you could have been with. See, if you seen everything that you wanted in that person, you wouldn't feel the need to entertain other individuals. You would have it all. So either you feel so-so about them or you feel so-so about you that you feel like you can't live up to the individual, and the whole time this person just needs you to live in your truth. You feel like you're not financially successful enough because they baby father used to have bread and you feel like you don't, so now you feel like you limited. Whole time this a go-getter, she gonna get it no matter who she with. Whole time you ain't even realize that her baby father was limited when she met them. Then she spoke life into him and he started to see certain things coming to fruition. See, you not realizing it. When you rocking with a goddess or a god, not the God, but a God, because God put a piece of him, of you inside, so don't get that shit messed up. But when you messing with a goddess or a God or a chosen one, no matter who they connect to, they going to be able to make certain things shake. They going to make certain things happen. You understand me? Anything that they speak, that's what you're going to start to seek. So therefore, again, you're going to be good. But you out here feeling like, again, you limited. You're not even realizing that who's messing with somebody that's top flight security. Not just of the 3D world. I'm talking about the universe, babies. God trusted that person. That's a chosen one. That shit rings differently. You thinking you in lack. Whole time, that person, again, you ain't see certain things happen yet because you're not connected to them. Sometimes that risk comes. Sometimes preparation is in the experience. You talking about you not ready. You trying to get prepared. You're not going to be prepared until you there. What's happening? Huh? What you mean? So you better start to realize certain things and start to see certain things differently. You understand me? You out here, again, chasing this person because you feel like that's your divine partner in a sense, right? Okay, cool. But it's a difference between playing chase with an individual and tag with them too. See, chase is when they don't want to be caught. They don't ever reciprocate the energy. That's almost like you playing tag with somebody and you're always it. Every time it comes to their turn, to them being the person that chases, they talking about now they tired. They don't want to do it then. So you could be chasing somebody that don't want to be caught. Just like if Jason was behind you, your ass gonna run, right? If you wanted to get caught, you'll slow there or stay there, right? Oh, all right, cool. So there's a difference between you playing tag with somebody, that's your divine feminine and masculine, where God's preparing both of you. God had y'all meet, had y'all retreat, had y'all come again to see the progress within each other, just to recharge each other in a sense, had y'all disconnect because you had to work on yourself, they had to work on themselves, so when y'all connect, y'all build certain things up. See, you could be the one preparing the foundation right now, but they gonna bring the tools in that's gonna build that shit up off the ground. You understand me? You could be the one that then sat there and planted certain seeds. They gonna be the one that comes and put certain rain and attention on those things. You understand me? So I want you to realize that it's a process. So it's a difference between playing tag with an individual. In the end, that tag, somebody's gonna get caught. You understand me? You're gonna come in contact. But no, we not. We not. So make sure, chosen ones, make sure that you're not, again, chasing somebody. That if you, it's a difference between you playing tag, but even if you playing tag, you're not going to be playing tag long with them. You understand me? You're not going to sit there and be playing these games all this time, waiting for them to get certain things right. We're not doing it. You hear me? So, again, being patient is when God tells you this your divine feminine and masculine. They ain't never did nothing devious to you. You may have felt like this person deserted you, but they may have distanced themselves from you because they didn't want what they was going through to bleed up on you. That's different. Somebody trying to protect you from what they're going through because they know that they need to close that out before they can get close to you. That's different. This is different than somebody that, again, is wanting to heal themselves before they get connected to you because they don't want to hurt you. That's different. You understand me? That's different. Somebody running from you because they have abandonment issues and they need to know that you're going to be there to accept them, love them, that this is real love that they can get comfortable with. That's different. But somebody who's out here entertaining multiple people, trying to pick and choose who's better over you, that person who's abusing you, disrespecting you, using you, taking things from you, you keep going through problems and problems with this individual. Thank y'all. Y'all showing out. Thank you so much, someone. I appreciate you. So, listen, that's a difference. It's a difference between you being patient with the process because you was matching their energy. If you are growing and you are starting to notice that this person isn't growing, that they're staying complacent, that they're not making no changes, then what does that mean, chosen ones? Thank you, babies. I appreciate you, Ash. Thank you. But what does that mean? You understand me? Thank you, Q. I appreciate y'all. But what does that mean, chosen ones? If you are seeing progress for you and now you have to keep going to this individual to tell them and instruct them on what they should do, then that means that you're growing and they not growing. They didn't grow to the heights that they're going to grow to. So that's not the person that's for you. You understand me? It's a difference when you keep seeing the things that they not doing, but it's a difference when you were doing things at a time and they were doing things as well. But again, y'all never would have had certain problems arrive. Chosen ones, there's some of you that feel like your divine partner, whether or not that's your twin flame, soulmate, your kingdom spouse, whatever name you give them, your other half. I want you to realize there's some of you that feel like that person chose somebody over you, but you didn't even present that opportunity for them to select you. You was out here so pressed about being friends, or in your head, you already thought that you was in a relationship with them, but ain't speak on that shit. So you was going through assumptions, but they was assuming the opposite way, thinking that you ain't love them or like them because you ain't never say something. Every time you heard about somebody else, you told them, nah, you should go in that direction instead. Whole time you ain't even present yourself as an option, but you have enough to be in your feelings. I'm not trying to hear that. There's some of you that person never even said that y'all two were together and you never said it too. So why would you feel that person cheated on you when y'all two wasn't even together? That was something that you wanted to do. That was something that you knew intuitively that was your individual. Okay, cool. Now you got to wait for that process to come about. God's going to have that person show up so you can compare it to the person that you typically were with. You're going to notice that difference. And they're going to notice differences too. They're going to have to want to change and lead that individual, not wait for you to persuade them to do it. You trying to persuade them to make certain moves, that's the difference between them being ready and them wanting to. You trying to tell them what to do is no different than that person telling them to stay with them and they know that they are karmic to them. No, they got to want to do these things. So you could be patient for your twin flame. You may feel like, oh, well, you lack a spark with other individuals, but if you are tired of waiting and that person is complacent in what they're going through, then you have to also know that God can align you with somebody that you're going to feel a spark with as well. Somebody that, again, they may not be that twin flame, but they somebody that you can build with and that you can prevail. So don't settle. But at the same time, don't sit there again, have yourself pause while your progression waiting for them. No, they can catch up. If they want to, they're going to catch up. You're not moving too fast. You allowing God to guide you in a sense. So that's just right. Just like how you feeling like you waiting a while. That's because God's not going to have you fully sprinting. He giving them an opportunity to catch up in a sense. If they don't, then they're getting left and they're going to have to try that shit again at a different time. You understand me? But listen, chosen ones, I got to get up off of here because I do have some coaching sessions to do. I'm going to upload this live as well as the live that I just had like 5 minutes before this. I'm going to combine the two, all right? So when you see this on YouTube, both parts, A and B, is going to be combined together, so everything's going to make sense, all right? But I love you so much. Thank y'all for the gifts. I appreciate you, baby. Like, I appreciate you so much. I promise you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I love you so much. I'm proud of you. Just know that if you need me, you know how to reach me. Please do not get scammed by the fraudulent individuals. You have to be ready for your coaching session in order to receive it, because I ain't going to sugarcoat shit. You understand me? So I love y'all. Y'all continue to be great. If you need me, you know how to reach me, babies. Be great.